That is the investigation of the 45th president of the United States conspiracy to overturn the election. That is how Donald Trump phrased it the other day in his latest complaint about Mike Pence, saying that Mike Pence did have the power to overturn the election. The question we will consider tonight is, when does an idea become a crime? When does an idea become a criminal conspiracy? We now have new evidence that there was a multi-part conspiracy to overturn the election, which included people who might not have been known to Donald Trump, but who knew that Donald Trump wanted them to find a way to overturn the election. The latest new moving part in that conspiracy has been revealed today in reporting in the Washington Post, which obtained a memo that was sent to some United States senators and others describing, in what deliberately reads like intelligence community language, a plot to seize voting machines. We don't know who wrote the memo. It is not on government stationery. The memo is dated December 18th, 2020. And the first words ascribe the memo to a group of former DOD and IC analysts, DOD meaning Department of Defense, IC meaning intelligence community. It is a one-page memo that claims that that group of former DOD and IC analysts collected evidence of foreign involvement in election fraud, quote, and their involvement in altering the vote counts in the 2020 election. The memo then cites current Department of Defense involvement in the memo, saying inquiries against NSA unprocessed raw signals data under the existing authorities of NSPM 13. Those targeted inquiries will likely identify hard evidence of foreign involvement in DOD data, which will support other efforts to reverse the fraud. If evidence of foreign interference is found, the team would generate a classified DOD legal finding to support next steps to defend the Constitution in a manner superior to current civilian-only judicial remedies. In other words, in a manner superior to the legal methods. That memo refers to a still classified presidential directive, NSPM 13. It is against the law for the NSA to analyze unprocessed raw signals data like intercepted phone calls captured within the United States without a court order. Republican Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota confirmed to the Washington Post that he received the memo. Republican Senator Ron Johnson's office confirmed that he received the memo. Both of those Republican senators did not vote to overturn the Electoral College count on January 6th. Senator Cramer said that he received the memo from one of the people mentioned in the memo as being in charge of the plot, Michael Del Rosso, a failed Republican congressional candidate. The memo asks the president to appoint Michael Del Rosso and two other people to be in charge of this illegal plot. The other people were Richard Higgins, a former National Security Council staffer who was fired by the Trump White House. The memo then listed a third person as, quote, point of contact for legal and execution logistics. And that was Frank Collin, who was at the time the only one of the three in a government position as legal counsel, a legal counsel to the Defense Department. When reached by the Washington Post about the memo that in effect puts him in charge of a criminal conspiracy, Frank Collins said, quote, I have no idea what you're referring to. I can't help it if somebody writes my name on a bathroom wall either. As far as we know, this plot was not carried out, or perhaps some of it was. The only investigative authority with the power to find out everything that the three people mentioned in this memo were trying to do is the Justice Department. Only the Justice Department can investigate and evaluate the question of when did that idea become a crime? When it was put in writing, was that a crime? When it was distributed in Washington with the fraudulent suggestion that it was supported by the Department of Defense? Or is there nothing to see here? Can it just be dismissed on its face because Joe Biden was inaugurated, so whatever they were trying to do didn't happen? Or if it happened, it didn't work. Is the Justice Department already studying this memo? We don't know. Is this memo something federal prosecutors should be paying attention to tonight? What can it tell us about Donald Trump's unsuccessful conspiracy to overturn the presidential election?